Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. First of all, please open your camera so we can see you, so I can feel your vibes and your smiling face from the other side of the world. Thank you so much for coming, for signing up. But we know that signing up is not enough, but to show up, it's the real thing. So thank you for showing up today, for joining me for the next hour, and for allowing me to share with you some of the things that we are doing here in Points of View. So thank you so much, and I promise you it's going to be a very interesting and I believe also insightful webinar. So I see here some familiar faces from all around the world, some Points of View tribe members. I see here people from Europe, from North America, Asia, far away. Welcome. And also I see some new faces. And I also see some LinkedIn friends of mine, I think for the first time coming to my webinar. So thank you for that. This is, by the way, diversity in action. I love it. This is what we do in Points of View. We are bringing people together from all parts of the world. So I'm Yaron Golan, co-founder of Points of View. I will share about my point of view in a minute. I'm a life and a business coach, more than 20 years ago, coming from psychology and business management. And I'm the founder of Points of View. I'm going to share my presentation, and I'm going to, just a second. Now I realize that I need glasses. I'm trying to suppress it, but I need glasses. What to do? Okay, so we have a very interesting session today. It's actually how to transform your organizational trainings using photos and metaphors. Either if you are an HR manager, OD, L&D manager in organization, or you are a business coach, trainer, organizational consultants, and so on. And this is what I'm going to share with you today. And I'm going to share with you some insights and observations. Then I'm going to give you some time to ask questions, and you are most welcome to really help me to make it grounded and concrete so you can really make the best out of this session. So we have two objectives for today. The first one is to explore innovative methodologies for the new manager. And soon I will talk a lot about the old manager, the new manager. The second thing is to understand the power of photos and metaphors in organizational training, the added value that they bring, and why they are so powerful. So we will talk about it. A little bit about Points of View for those of you who are not familiar with us. So we established since 2006. We are empowering growth through experiential learning. We have different kind of tools, physical tools based on images and metaphors. We have digital tools, and we have an academy where we are certifying professionals all around the world how to become Points of View certified facilitators. So we have our tools, more than 30 languages. You can see it here. We have lots of facilitators. We are working with lots of companies, huge ones like Google and NASA and Intel and IKEA, and also with small startups. We are helping them to develop their teams, to create a culture of dialogue, leadership development, conflict resolutions, to really identify and purify the organization culture. And a little bit I'm going to share with you. I have some case studies that I'm going to share with you today as well. So I want to start with some insights from the latest Gallup workplace report. It was out about a month and a half ago. I don't know if you read it. It's interesting. There is a lot of things. Not everything is relevant. I try to capture a few interesting stuff, but I'm recommending you to read it as well. So a few things from the workplace trends that Gallup identifying. One, it's an unbelievable piece of data that only 23% of the employees are engaged. Now, when we are saying engage, engage, it's the level, the employee mental and emotional connectivity to the organization, how much they are committed to the organizational goals, how much they are enthusiastic about what the organization is doing, how much they are really committed day by day to everything that they are doing as a company. So this is what it means, employee engagement, and only 23% of the employees are engaged. It means in the end that employees are going to work without any excitement, without any juiciness. They are going to work. They are going to work. They are not going to really fulfill themselves. And in the end, it's impacting the organization productivity and growth. So this is one thing to understand, the level of engagement. The second thing is, I think it's very connected. It's the feeling of belonging is very low, especially in the Z generation, but not only, also in the millennial. You know, all the quiet resignation, all the quiet people who are silently just leaving the work. There is a lack of sense of belonging. And again, it connects to the employee engagement. Once we are not engaged with what we do, then we don't really care. And the turnover in organizations is very challenging. You see more and more employees quitting their job, moving from one organization to another once they got just a little bit better offer. And in the end, it's impacting the team connection significantly. Another insights, and I think the way that they are expecting it's going to get worse and worse, employees are stressed and feeling disconnected. This is a part of some of the changes that's happening in the world for a long time. The COVID took it to the next level. And we see that many of the organizations are starting to give support for the employees, because they understand when the employee is suffering from mental health issues, emotional issues, in the end, their return of investment is also low, and it's become like a very significant issue in more and more organizations globally, and it's going to get even worse. And once the employee don't have high engagement, then very easily they are starting to fade away. And the last thing, which I think all of us know, trickle-down engagement. When the managers are engaged, the teams are more likely to be engaged. It's in the end, it all starts with the managers, with the leaders who walk the talk. This is the energy, and they are the one that impacting all this process. Sometimes it doesn't matter if I work in the best company, if they give me the best condition, if I get this extra thing and I get this and that, it doesn't really matter. Even if I love the product, what really brings the engagement level to become high, it's the managers. And this brings us to the next slides I really want to share with you. I want to talk today with you about the old manager methodologies and the new manager methodologies. And after I will talk about both, I will share with you some insights. So first of all, there is the old manager methodologies. This is like the old school, and it's important for me to say there is no black and white. It's not like we cannot really distinguish between an old or a new one. Each and every one of us has parts of each of those old and new manager methodologies. But just to help you understand, I did it really black and white. So first of all, the old manager methodologies, they are working top-down decision making. Their approach is I say, you do. They don't really care about the contribution of their team. They don't really care about the diversity, the different needs. They are setting the road, they are setting the tone, and everybody needs to follow. The second thing is reactive problem solving. The old manager is reacting all the time to things that are happening during the routine. They have maybe minimum 10 balls juggling, you know, and they're just trying to figure out in every given moment what to do next. They don't always have the time and the capacity to look forward. Something is happening, they're reacting. Another thing is very limited employee engagement. For example, old manager don't really care about what the employee feedback, what the employee have to say. It doesn't really, again, when you will ask them, maybe they will say it's very, very important, but they don't necessarily take the time to ask for a feedback, to listen for the feedback, to really take it seriously. The old manager approach is that I know almost everything. The wisdom and the experience, it's something that I got. And two more things, the focus on compliance, system, standard, processes, everything that goes a little bit outside of the line, it's not acceptable. You have to follow very strict protocol. There is no room for agility, flexibility, adjustments. Again, there is only one way, and it's my way. And actually, if we are summing up what is the old manager methodology, the main thing it's about the doing mode. The old manager is in doing mode, is very mission oriented. He doesn't have time to waste on small talk or feelings or that. He wants things to happen. They are very task oriented. They are masters of making things happen. And this is their energy. This is how they work. And again, it's not that it's good or bad. It has its upside, it has its downside, but this is what it is. And this is how organizations have been working for many, many, many years. And this process started to change, by the way, more than 10 years ago. It's still in the process and it's going to take a while to change. But this is like most of the organizations, especially the more established ones, are working. So this is the old manager methodologies. Now let's talk a little bit about the new manager methodologies. Where is my mouse? Just a second. Here. Okay, the new manager methodologies. First of all, it's a different approach. Collaborative decision making. They understand, first of all, the need for diversity. They are more sensitive for different approaches. They understand the nuances and they are encouraging different perspectives. They understand that once there are more perspectives, there are more approaches, it's enriching the product, the solution, the collaboration. They give place for complexity. Second thing is, and this is probably for me one of the most important things, the new manager understands the value or the importance of employee engagement, and something even more than that, caring. This is a word that sometimes, especially in the old school and the old manager, they don't really understand. What does it mean care? Why do I really have to care in a very deep way? And I will explain. The new manager look at their employee. They understand that if I will take care about my employee, if I will really show interest in how they are doing, how they are feeling, what they need, not because this is what right to do and because I'm going to do a check mark, because I really care. This is what really makes employee to feel committed and engaged and obligated. And once they feel it, they will go with the manager all the way. The new manager understand that their role in a way, in a very different way, I know that it might be out of context, but it is what it is. In a way, they are acting like a kind of a parent. They are taking care of their employees like their own children. They are letting them feel seen, heard. They really take care of them. And this is a big deal. And also the big difference, by the way, the old manager with the brain and the new manager with the heart. The new manager, in a way, they are speaking the language of the heart. It's something that maybe 5 years ago or 10 years ago or 15 years ago sounds like crazy in organization environment, but more and more organizations understand that in the end, it brings results. Another thing is the new manager understand that they need to focus on the development of their team and their individual employees and to coach them. They understand that they need to find the right way to challenge their employees with the right, so it's not going to be too challenging and it's not going to be too intimidating, but it's going to be enough challenging to make them move and to go out of the comfort zone and to break the patterns. And they understand that they have a role as coaches as well. And the last two things about the new manager methodologies. First of all, it's that they are proactive and strategic planning. They understand that they need to take the time to leave the office, to go outside, and to find a quiet place to sit down and to plan ahead. that planning, it's maybe one of the most crucial skills that the new manager understands that they have, and this is something that helps them to expect problems and challenges and issues long before they are even aroused. They don't wait for something to happen, they find solution much in advance. And the last thing that I want to say about the new manager methodologies, their dominant mode is being. Opposite to the old manager, they don't afraid in being in the being mode, in containing and listening. They don't feel all the time that they have to speak up, they have to talk and to show how smart they are and that they have to lead the way. They understand, they have the confidence to let other people bring themselves, speak up, and they can really take the time also to just be, to talk with their employees about their emotions, about their challenges, about their struggling. They are not afraid also from complicated emotions. They know how to deal with it and how to work with it. Now, in points of view, what we are doing, we are connecting mind and hearts. And I want to say a few words about it. First of all, again, there is no right or wrong. It's not that the old manager, it's old, and the new one, it's what is the right thing. In points of view approach, we believe that we need to integrate both of them. That the right thing to do is to know when to be in my action mode, in my doing mode, and how to make things happen and to push things forward. But at the same time, how to take a timeout, how to take a pause, and just be free from all the hustle and bustle that I have and my team have. Many organizations or many managers, they don't work this way. It's either I'm this or either I'm that. And sometimes, by the way, we are working with organizations and the manager suddenly have an insight about how dominant either is their doing side. Nobody ever taught us how to be in our mode of being. It's a skill. It's something that more than that in our society, in our environment, the messages that we receive, that it's not, in a way, it's not even legal to do nothing. All the time we have to be productive, we have to bring results, we have to do something. I remember when I was a kid, 8, 10 years old, and I used to be at home when it was vacation, like summertime, like right now, and I was enjoying myself, having fun, and then suddenly I heard my mother arrive with the car. Only by listening to the car, you know, I started to get stressed, and then I hear the arm brakes of the car, and my mother comes home, and the first question that she asked me, "What did you do today?" And I was so afraid from this question because I did a lot of things. I was imagining, I had some dreams, I have ideas, I was playing with myself, but this didn't count. What really count, if I did the dishes, if I fixed my room, if I did that, all the other stuff, they didn't count. This is the messages that we receive. So we don't know how to be in a being mode. We don't know how to speak the language of the heart, the language of emotions. We cannot even contain it. So in point of view, this is what we are doing. It's not about choosing either one. It's by finding the right way to connect between those two parts and to really know how to choose in every given moment, according to what is precise, which skill I'm going to bring and I'm going to express. And in point of view, we are doing it, this integration with different kind of experiential methodologies. We believe that the best way to learn, it's not through content, by delivering content and learning by our mind. It's really to learn from experience, from experiencing on our body, on our skin. This is how we can really embody the insights, and this is what we do in Points of View. We have a variety of methodologies, experiential methodologies that we are using. And some of them, by the way, today, part of, for those of you who know Points of View, we have a 4-stage method. And the first stage, it's a pause. It's really taking a time out. You know, in the regular vocabulary of today, it's to do meditation. And now it's a common word. Now many of the organizations speaks this language, and they speak well-being and taking meditation and yoga. But you know, 18 years ago, more than 18 years ago, when we started, And I remember the first time when I came into organization with Points of View, and I knew that a part of the calling of Points of View and what we have to do is to bring this quality of helping people to slow down and to go out of their automatic pilot and to connect to how they feel right now and to be able really to observe their life, their role. By doing it, I knew that this is how they are going to have a chance maybe to change and to do adjustments and to make different decisions. So I remember more than 18 years ago, for the first time when I came for a group of managers, and I knew that I'm going to do a pause. And I knew that I'm going to ask them to close their eyes for a few minutes and listen to the music. And I was so afraid of it because I didn't know what's going to be the response. You know, it was completely out of the blue again, more than 18 years ago in a very hardcore corporate environment. I'm coming with cards and I'm asking the participants also to close their eyes. It was completely out of the blue. And I was really concerned about it. I was afraid also how I'm going to do it and what's going to be the reaction. And the reaction blew me away. It was an amazing workshop. I remember it till today. I even remember some of the participants, even though I didn't see them for almost 20 years, I remember their name because it was an amazing workshop. And in the end, when the participants sum up, what are they taking with them from this workshop that we did? And we did lots of things with the cards, beautiful processes. And most of them, the thing that they took the most, it was the pause. To close their eyes, to listen to the music in this working environment, to close the light. They said something that was really resonating. They said, you know, I'm fucking 42 years old. I didn't close my eyes and listen to music since I was a teenager. And for them, it really brought some new observations, some new feelings, some new sensations, and it really allowed a crack inside of them to happen, and some new insights and inspiration came. So we have a variety of methodologies that we are using in Points of View. One of them, or two of them, is metaphors and photos. And this is an amazing tool. And here are some reasons why this is really a very powerful tool. First of all, photos and metaphors are the language of the 21st century. By the way, they are not only the language of the 21st century. Even if you go back thousands and thousands years ago, even 10,000 years ago, you know, the cavemen and the cave people, they had visuals, metaphors, emojis in the caves. So this is something that goes much more beyond the 21st century. But in the 21st century, this is our language. This is the language of the Z generation and all of us. If I ask here who took a photograph today or during the day or yesterday, probably most of you took a photograph with your iPhone. This is the language. In a very quick way, we receive information through images and metaphors. The second thing is photos and metaphors, they're creating emotional engagement. Think about it, that all of us, if we are lucky, most of us, if we are lucky, we have photo albums. And I will talk about photo albums again soon, but we have photo albums that someone made for us, or we made for our children, and we are creating, you know, different moments of our life, and we're showing them. Doesn't matter if we have a physical one or not, all of us have an inner photo album. And this photo album is based on experiences that we had. And they are, in the end, they are purified into one visual or a sequence of visual that capture inside of them lots of emotions, sensations, memories, insights, energy, lots of things, pain, lots of things are capsuled in one visual. When we are looking at a visual, it's actually triggering our own inner photo album. It brings some things that happened to us in the past, and they are allowing us to bring them to the surface now in the present, to look at them and to process them and maybe change our future. This is the power of images and photos. This is what we do in Points of View. And again, this is an emerging field in the world called phototherapy. And this is a significant part of what we do. So emotional engagement. Another thing that you can do with images and with metaphors, it's creative thinking. Actually, a visual, a frame, a photo that we capture, and we start to play with it, it allows us to recreate the reality. It helps us to expand the boundaries of the reality. We can add, for any photo, any image, we can add details, we can eliminate details, we can imagine and invent some other things that we don't see in the frame. We can really work with it, and it's really helping us to trigger and ignite our imagination and to go beyond the realistic world. Two other things, very interesting. One, first of all, there are researchers, very interesting researchers, that shows that visual methods are 83% more effective rather than just, again, delivering content, talking. 83% more effective. And one more thing, that 43%, once you are using visual aids, they are making the process much more persuasive than without. One more thing I didn't put here, about 65% of people around us are visual learners. So when we are working in a workshop, the majority of our participants, they need something visual to work. This what will help them to really embody and to bring the insights to a deeper level. And the last thing I want to share, it's about that visuals and metaphors, they shape our culture. Think about it. There are different iconic photographs that we all know, from Albert Einstein that is taking his tongue out, from the Beatles going in Abbey Road. Okay, even a week ago, former US President Donald Trump, after he was trying to get assassinated, this photo of him with the fist. These are an iconic photos that through that they are creating our own DNA and our own culture. They are telling our story, either as individuals or also as a company. It's made out of many, many photos, visuals, representations that brings to life the DNA of us as a family, as an individual, as an organization. If you have questions, I'm going to share with you 2 case studies, and then I'm going to give time to ask questions, to give your comments. Feel free. I have many things to talk about more, but we don't have a lot of time, so I'm just giving you some of the things. I want to share with you 2 case studies of how we implemented photos and metaphors and the points of view tools in 2 big organizations and the impact. So the first one, it's an international food and beverage company, and that we worked with HR and OD managers and their internal coaches. The challenge that this huge international organization had, that the company training and development processes are very left brain oriented, very logical, and in the end they're perceived as boring, as old school, and they wanted to enrich it, to make it more juicy. The second thing is that their internal coaches, which are also executives from the organization, and they are doing coaching for other employees that they don't know, they found it very difficult to engage their coaches, which are other employees in the organization, and to make them open up. We went through a very deep and very interesting, amazing process with them. We did few things. We used, by the way, the Speak Up Toolkit, our dedicated kit that we created for organizations, for managers. So we started with Train the Trainer workshops. We thought the OD and the development of trainers, how to facilitate and how to turn their training programs into a much more engaging. That was the first step. The second step, we started to implement Speak Up Toolkit as a part of the main HR processes. From interviewing, how to make an interview a much more deeper and precise process, not only by asking the question, but by giving the candidates an opportunity to choose photos and metaphors, and by doing that, to really expose much more significant parts that sometimes they don't even realize. So from interview new employees, from employee assessments, how to make employee assessments much more engaging. Employee assessment, it's a big challenge to many of the organizations. Almost most of the executives, they hate to do this process, but they have to do it once a year. Most of them just do a check mark. They don't really know even how to deliver a more confronting message. We took this process and we turned it into something that is both deep, but at the same time playful. And not only as an opportunity to deliver an employee assessment, but also to take this chance when the manager and the employee are meeting to create a higher engagement between both of them, to create even a more bonding feeling, to let the employee really feel seen and heard, and to encourage them to speak up, and it changed the whole organizational level of engagement. And the last thing, we also taught the internal coach how to use photos and metaphors in their first coaching session in order to encourage their coaches to open up. And again, once we are using photos to talk about ourselves, it's much easier, because when I have a photo, I'm not talking about myself, I'm talking about the photo. So even if I'm going to say something more intimidating, something more challenging, it's not me, it's the photo, so I talk about the photo. And again, this changes the whole conversation, it takes it to a different level. So the results over there were amazing. And this is just an example. And again, these numbers are crazy, but those of you who know Points of View, this is something that we receive a lot. The content found 98% useful, workshop engaging 100%. And again, we had a huge process over there with lots of departments. Implemented key tools 96%. This is some key insights from this process using SpeakUp, the physical kit. This is what we used and implement in this organization. The second case study I want to share with you, it's also from a leading global pharmaceutical company. And here we worked with the strategy department, with their business partners, and they had two main issues. The first one, how to establish assertive business partnership with the company stakeholders. The problem that they had, that most of the business partners are very left-brain oriented. They are not people. They are very, very high level professional in what they do. And they are good at numbers, they are good in science, but they don't really always know how to connect and how to allow themselves to be more vulnerable and to create a meaningful conversation. And they had a challenge to speak their truth. Many times they knew what they need to do, they knew what they need to say, they couldn't find a way to do it with the stakeholders, and once they did it, it's always created a clash. So that was one of the challenges. The second one, we had a team that was distributed in, I think, 4 different continents. Lots of sites, they are working together as a team, they are meeting online, but many times this meeting online, it's very dry. They didn't really find a way to bring everybody together in a very engaging way. So what we did over here, first of all, we created a training process and we taught the business partners step by step how to lead crucial conversations with the stakeholders, but how to do it in a sensitive and at the same time assertive way. We taught them how to use SpeakUp also as a part of their interaction with the stakeholders, and to do it in a way that they, as a left-brain oriented manager, will feel comfortable and that it will bring some added value to the conversation. Also, we used and we taught them how to use SpeakUp Digital, our digital tool, and we brought together, we had on one site 40 participants using SpeakUp Digital with their desktop and mobiles. We had people joining from all around the world. We had people from Amsterdam working in the site in the US, and it was really an ongoing, mind-blowing process. This is only a sample of the feedback that we got from the senior director who brought us. She was amazed because you cannot imagine how many meetings we had before they made a decision to go with us with this project. It's something that they never did. It's something that is completely opposite of this pharmaceutical. You know, we came with our ideas, with our creativity. They were so afraid. And then when it started, after the first session, she said, wow, I never had something like this in my life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They didn't know that they can get into that level of engagement. So this is very short case studies of how we used points of view, images, and metaphors. In that case, as it was Speak Up. And before I'm going to any questions, by the way, so far, anybody wants to ask, to comment, to resonate, anything, feel free. You can just unmute yourself. Would love to hear you. Okay. Looking at your faces. Okay, so I'm going to continue. And again, I'm going to give another time to ask questions before we are going to finish the presentation. So after working with lots of organizations in the last 18 years, but especially in the last 2 years, and especially in the last year, doing a lot of work with multicultural organizations in North America, LATAM, in the Middle East, in Far East, small ones, and also international, we understood that a part of the points of view calling, it's really that we need to develop these new skills of the new manager, that we need to help managers and organizations really to create this unique environment where people can speak up, where teams can really work together and collaborate in a different level. They can be authentic and have an open discussion. And we knew that this is what we have to do. And after collecting all of those insights and experiences and wisdom that we collected from the HQ here, from the headquarters programs that we did, and also with points of view facilitators and trainers around the world, we understood that this is our calling. This is what we have to do. For many years, we were focused mainly in the professional market. And we understood that we have to bring this message. We have to bring this change also to the organizational world. And from that, we developed a completely brand new, exciting solution for organizations, for professionals in the organization, and again, for business coaches, trainers, organizational consultants, and so on, but also for HR, OD, L&D, and also, by the way, for people not necessarily from a regular organizations, business organization, but also for hospitals, from schools. We gather all this knowledge and we build a new solution that I'm going to share with you now. So what we did, actually, we understood that there is a new need that we need to deliver, that the academy that we have is not enough. The academy is more focused on the personal development. It's completely focused on the experience level, and we need to really bring it more down to earth. And we decided that we are going to build a very detailed program that will help the participant really to elevate the training skills and take it to the next level. And also we come up with something that we just, after a long process, develop, and we just have it. I'm going to share it with you briefly soon. And we think that this is a game changer for points of view and also for the organizational environment. I'm going to share with you a little bit in a second. We're already using it all over the world, and it's just unbelievable. So first of all, a little bit about the business trainer certification that we are just launched last month, and it's almost full already. The understanding that there are a lot of left brain methodologies and solutions in the market, and a little bit also of right brain, but there is nothing that combines both. And this is the magic of points of view, not the left, not the right, but both of them. And that we really want to teach managers and professionals who are mastering in the corporate environment how to bring experiential learning skills into their existing training programs and activities, to really upgrade to another level, different kind of experiential learning skills. So this is a part of what we are going to teach in our business trainer certification. The second thing is, from the experience and all the work that we are doing so many years with the organization, we created 4 new workshops that are completely branded and tailored from A to Z. There are points of view workshop for organization. One of them is about click and connect and creating belonging and bonding in the employee and inter-relationship. One of them is about team building and how to take the strength of each individual in the team and fuse it and bring it all together. Another one is about DNA and culture and really how to purify what makes us different in order for us to really be successful and be clear with our messages inside the company and outside. And we created a Train the Trainer, an official Train the Trainer for organizations. So all those new 4 workshops are a part of what we are going to teach. We are going to provide the participants with all the materials, the manual guide as a facilitator, the booklets for the participants, certificate, marketing kit, everything. And the third thing, and this is for me, for us, this is the real deal. It's ClickIt, our innovative training kits. And before I will show it to you briefly, I will tell you something about it, that for us, for many years, we understood, you know, when we are coming to organization and we are coming with our tool, so it's amazing, it's engaging, it's wow. But in the end, as a facilitator, I'm taking back my toolkit and I'm going away. Most of the time as a facilitator, I'm afraid that I'm going to lose the card, and the participants, they are left with nothing in their hand. We understood that we want to create a new participant kit that have everything inside, from something to write and that it's going to be inspiring and really inviting to capture their insight. And they are going to have photo cards and question cards and stickers and something that they can create their own vision boards. And I'm so happy because after a very, very long while, we were able to create it, and the response are amazing. We're already using it all over the world. We have a few of them, by the way. This is the first one. Each one of them, it's in the size of A4. Okay. Each one of them have a beautiful message here. We have this one. This one is one of my favorite. I love this quote. Okay. And we have a few more. And the idea of the kit, that first of all, inside, each participant receive it. They take it with them home. They can use it in between the sessions. And it can really help them to go in and back to the process all the time. And they have something tangible in their hands. But not only that, this kit, you will see in a moment, it allows also the facilitator to do endless activities. Because each of the kit comes with different photos, with different questions. We are already implementing it. Some of the organizations, they're using it for employee assessment, for feedbacks, for team building. There are endless things that as a facilitator, we can do with it. So each kit, as you can see, I will show it to you briefly. Each kit have 12 different photos and questions, for example, okay? On the other side, there is a beautiful, beautiful journal. Each journal, again, have a different theme inside of the journal. And those of you know, points of view, everything is done and designed to the small details. Inside, there are places, first of all, as a facilitator, to prepare the right intention for the workshop. Lots of quotes and questions that are relevant for leadership, for teamwork, for creativity, for resilience, lots of inspiration. Another thing here, we have some memo notes. Again, with all those things, we are working as a part of the process, and in our training certification, we are teaching how to use it in lots of different settings. So we have memo notes, we can use them as well. And we have also stickers, different kind of stickers, including, by the way, some of the faces, and the idea that the employees are going to use this kit as a canvas. They are able to put on this their questions and to use the stickers, and they are creating a visual manifestation of the process. They have something that stays with them, that can really stick to what they did. They can show it, they can reuse it, they can bring it to the office, and there are endless possibilities of what you can do with this kit. And again, a part of this training, and I'm showing it to you right now briefly because I don't have the time, but it's really mind-blowing what you can do with it, and it opens up a new working methodologies and possibilities. Let me just share the presentation again, just a second. And I'm going to give time for questions. So we have the ClickIt. It's a part of what we give and what we are going to teach our business trainers of how to use it. And of course, there is a certification and accreditation. You will get a points of view business trainer, certified business trainer. You're going to get CCUs by ICF. We are going to give, right now it's still in process, but it seems like more than 40 units of continuing coach education. And not only that, participants are going to receive it. And once you are going to go and give points of view, train the trainer workshop to organizations, you will also give them certificates and also ICF CCUs. So you are going to pay it forward. Lots of organizations, especially the international one, they are asking for ICF units. So this is a part of what we are going to give on our behalf. And again, we are taking care of all of those things for you. And there is an ongoing professional development. We really want, what we are looking for, this is not our business to create business trainer certification programs. What we are really doing, we are building an elite group of business traders, people who are really professional, who are working with organizations or coming from the organization, who really wants to grow with us. We want to nurture this group, and we want to build locally a big points of view activity with these participants. So the idea is that we are going to give each and every one an ongoing professional development, share best practices, new ideas of how to use the points of view tools and the Click It and more, and enrich them all the time. And the last thing also, there are many more things, but the last thing I want to mention, it's business opportunities. Business opportunities to do joint venture. And again, what we are looking for, we don't want to sell a workshops or tools to organizations. We want to sell projects, big project, ongoing ones. This is a part of what we are building here in our headquarters, a department that knows how to sell projects, and we want to support you and to teach you and to go together with you to organizations locally and to sell projects and to give you everything that you need to be able to do it. So this is one. And two, one thing that is already happening, we find an amazing business opportunity with this new kit. This new kit, by the way, can be customized with your logo or with the organization that you are working with logo. We already have some organizations who wants to customize it and want to have this kit as a white label. So there are huge opportunities, and we are looking for specific people, not everyone. This program is not open for everyone. We have limited places. We understand that in order to really nurture each and every one, it takes a lot of resources. So we are choosing carefully each participants who are coming, each participants who are deciding to join. First of all, meet either with me or with Nimrod, our CEO, to make sure that it's precise for the participants and for us, and that we really have a future to go together, and that it's going to be, we are not looking for someone who is coming to just listen and to have fun and to have another certificate. Not interesting. We are looking for people who have an opportunity, are looking for the opportunity to take their business to the next level, to take the professional part to the next level, and together willing to take the sleeves up and make things happen. And again, this is very briefly, and if you are interested, by the way, please, you can write in the chat. I think Orly maybe already posted a link to our landing page of the business trainer certification, where you can read more and leave your information. If you have a calling, if you have an interest to learn more, set up a meeting with Nimrod, with Shani, with the team. Come with questions. Let's really understand if this program is really precise for you, and if so, let's see how we make it happen. This program is going to be facilitated by me, and I have the pleasure and the privilege to facilitate it with more points of view lead masters from around the world who are coming with experience working with organizations. We have Marek, first of all, the head of the development in the HQ, working and is going to be a part of the facilitating team. We are going to have Yeliz from Turkey, who is going to be a part of the facilitation team, and she's doing a lot of work with the organization for years. We have Rina from Israel is going to be a part, and we are going to have Yao now also joining our team from LATAM. So it's going to be like a real winning team supporting you step by step. And for those of you who already been in some of the points of view training programs, it's going to be very engaging, very deep, and unexpected and precise in our language. So I think I spoke a lot. And I really want to give you time to ask questions, and feel free again to ask any question you have in mind, from practical things about using our tools, photos, metaphors, or anything about the program, or anything you have in mind that is interesting for you. So, yes. I see some questions in the chat, but if you can ask, it will be easier. I see something about educators. Yes, as I mentioned before, we understood with some of the meetings that we had people coming from education systems. So this is a part of what we are going to teach also in the business trainer certification. We are going to teach how to use points of view speak up and the click it in different kind of settings, including in education systems, in not only strict businesses. So yes, if you are an educator and you are looking to find a way to implement our solution in your school, in your education system, I suggest you set up a meeting with Nimrod and with the team. Let's understand more what you are looking for. We will tell you more about this program. And yes, it can be also a very interesting fit. We already have some educators joining. By the way, we did some work with the education system here in Israel and also abroad, including the NAIS, National Association of Independent School in the US. So yes, I think you have more questions here, but again, I would love to hear your voice and to feel you. So don't be bothered only about writing something in the chat. Please, if you have something to say it out loud. Yes, no need to, just unmute yourself and speak. Yes, I have a shy group. Wow, I did so good. It was so engaging that everything is clear and no questions.
One girl was speaking,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yaron, I don't know if you hear me now.
I can hear you now. Yes.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks a lot
Yes.
from the presentation. My question was mainly being an L&D manager, an OD, and an NLP coach, and delivering training. My question was about if there is any threshold for the toolkits, either in digital or in physical toolkits.
Yeah, first of all, the training certification is including the Speak Up Toolkit. It's including the digital kit. And again, a big part of what we are going to teach you in the program is how to use and implement the digital and the physical Speak Up Toolkits for your own needs and to create endless processes with it. It's also including 32 participant kit of the Click It. So you can use them in your own organizations. And again, afterwards, you get also a very good offer. These kits are only going to be used by our business trainers. Nobody else can purchase them. And as our business trainers, you are going to be able to receive them in a very good price. I have to say, what we had in mind when we developed the kit, we understand that many times organizations, they don't have the budget to purchase each of the tools because they are very expensive. And this is why we created the kit in a very low price that is completely in the budget of every organization. And the idea that you, as a certified business trainer, you will be able to purchase them in a very special price and bring it to your organization or resell it to other clients that you are working with. And it's included as a part of the kit that you are going to receive in the training.
So, if I understood well, what you're saying is that you provide also the framework, not just the
Yes.
toolkit.
Of course, this is the big thing about what we do. Is
Yeah, I know, I understand.
yeah,
So,
completely.
in order for someone to get all the toolkit, you need to have the certification.
First of all, some of our kits are sold online and you can purchase them and you can use them freestyle, and we encourage you to do that, and it's great. We know that sometimes it's not enough, and some people who wants to become more professional in using our tools and they are looking for a framework and they are looking for the techniques and the philosophy. And this is why we have our business trainer certification. It's to take you to a completely different level and to bring you some things that you didn't even imagine. But again, anyone can purchase the tools and use them however you want. In a way, it's good enough for us. But
So-
if you are looking for something extra and for something and also to be certified and to be able to certify others, then the certification can be probably the thing that you are looking for.
Presumably, I think that the certification will be helpful since you are talking about the subconscious mind and visual, so you can trigger a lot of issues there. But
Yes.
in terms of audience, if we're to have a training, this toolkit is for how many people?
First of all, I have to say, I didn't say that the training starts in September and it's going to be online on Zoom. And we have a syllabus. And again, if you are interested to learn more, leave your information. We'll send you a syllabus with all the details so you can really see. It's important that you are going to be present in all the meetings. It's really, it's a lot of commitment. This is one. And two, and in the processes, we are going to teach you how to use it in face-to-face and online. And you are going to learn how to use the kits in one-on-one sessions, how to use them in small groups, and also what to do when you are having big groups. When I say big groups can be 20, 50, 100, but sometimes big groups can be also 100 of people. Like what we did, like, as I mentioned, in the National Association of Independent Schools last year, and what we're hopefully going to do this year, when we have hundreds of participants. This is a part of what we are going to teach you and how to use the kit, especially for every specific situation and settings that you need.
Bardzo serdecznie dziękuję za gościnę.
Is there? So you said it starts on September and the duration is?
It's going to be like 6 months. We are meeting every 2 weeks for 4 hours. And again, once you are signing up, by the way, I think we have here a participant or two already signed up. Once you sign up, we will ship you the ClickIt and the tools so you can already start and use it with yourself freestyle. And then you will come to the certification already with some questions and with some challenges that you had, and then this training will be even more powerful. But as I mentioned, the Speak Up, you can buy it online in the store, but ClickIt, it's exclusively only for our business trainers. Nobody else can purchase it.
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you for your questions. Yes, anybody else, please, would love to hear you.
I have a question, Yaron. I'm from Manila, Philippines.
Hello, Manila, Philippines.
I have a complete set of your materials, but if I enroll in your program, what is it apart from the ClickIt? What is it that you also send to us as materials?
Okay. Once you sign up to the business trainer certification, physically or generally you get Speak Up Toolkit, Speak Up Digital, and 32 ClickIt. This is one. But besides that, a part of the program, maybe I wasn't clear enough, we are going to provide you with our 4 new points of view official workshop for organizations. You are going to get the manual guide of each of the workshop with lots of ideas and step-by-step instructions of how to facilitate it. You are going to get marketing kits in order to go and to promote this new workshop to locally organizations in the Philippines. You are going to get an ongoing professional development and support and marketing support. A part of the program, we understand, again, as I mentioned before, it's not enough to teach you how to facilitate. Most of us here are probably very good professionals, but sometimes it's not enough to be a good professional. In order to bring business, we need to know how to market as well. So a part of the program, we are going to step-by-step guide you how to, again, promote and sell projects in the Philippines. We are going to be there with you. We are going to provide you with all the materials. So besides the physical and digital toolkits, there is a lot of extra things that are included and that you are going to receive. And please, you can go to the link that Orly shared. You will read more information. And once you will leave your information over there, we will send you a syllabus and a very detailed, hopefully it's not too detailed, but a very detailed document with everything that is included. And I think if it will be interesting, the next step is to talk with Nimrod, and then one-on-one, he will be able to give you even much more information.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes,
I have a question, if I can.
please.
I already signed up, and on September, I can't wait to start it.
Yay! Did you receive the
And-
ticket already? Did you receive them?
Not yet,
They are
but
on
it's
the
on
way.
the way. I mean, you are following it. My question is around the, of course, details and future projections. So, for example, how many will be in the class, and how many business trainers will there be in 2024, 2025? Or how about next year? I wonder the next steps.
Okay. So first of all, the idea that we have in the end is to have a very limited number of business trainers per country. Probably again, in the bigger countries, we might have more than a few, but the idea is not to have too many, and the idea is to nurture and to work closely with each business trainer. As I mentioned before, what we are looking for is not to do like a manufacturing of business trainers, but really to build an elite group. And we are assuming, by the way, this is reality, that probably 25-30% of the group that we are going to start with, they are the ones that they are going to grow and develop with us. This is life. So at the moment, since we are going to be about 4 or 5 facilitators in the program, and we are going to work also together and also in small pairs, we are expecting to have for each one of the trainers something like about 15-20 participants maximum for each of the trainers. So all in all, something like 60 plus minus, and we are almost there, by the way. We are almost there, and I think probably very soon it's going to be closed. And then the plan is, once we will know the group, we'll see what is the capabilities of each business trainer. According to that, we'll decide what's next. We hope that in around February, March, we will have participants from this group ready to go to the next level with us to the market. We have an ability here in the HQ to generate leads locally. We hope that some of the business trainers, we would like to become like really the official training providers locally, and we have lots of possibilities. First, we are going to start, establish, teach you, and then hopefully we will be ready to go to the next level around February, March 2025. And I'm looking forward to spend time with you and to do amazing, amazing things together.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What is the time? Wow. Okay. Any last question before we close it? Yes, you want to ask something? Evelina?
No, just saying
Just
thank
say
you.
bye-bye. Okay.
Yeah, I have already spoken with Nimrod today, and have a brainstorm in my mind. And what makes me go into it is the limited amount of the trainers in such a country. I'm from Poland, so hello from Poland. And I want to go to the next level of my training with my customers, so
Perfect.
be more business oriented. So hopefully it might work, and I will be deciding right away.
Perfect. Looking forward. And again, what's important for me to tell you and everyone who's considering it, again, it's a significant commitment. It's not going to be easy. We are going also to challenge you, and we are going to teach you, and we are going to take you, we are going to take you to new directions, and it's not so easy. So we need you to come with open mind and willing really to walk the talk.
Yes, always.
Okay, I don't know. I'm just saying it up front, and this is our expectation.
Yes, but the adventure with you from the very beginning, level 1, level 2, and level 3 was just required open mind. So yes.
So this is what it is, by the way. It's an adventure,
Yes.
and we are building also something new in points of view. This is something, it's not new because we are working significantly in the last 2 years on organization, and we did it for 18 years. But we are really taking it to the next level. We are building a new infrastructure to offer project to organization, to use our amazing trainers from all around the world to bring them in. So we will need also your patience and your contribution to really build something that is going to last for many, many years. So it's an invitation to you, Evelina, and to everybody else.
Thank you.
Come make a revolution together with us.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. So everyone, again, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, the team here that are doing a lot of work 24/7, really working very hard. Orly and Yaya and Nimrod and Shani and Irit and Rina and Dima. So thank you for your hard work, everyone. Hope to see you in our business trainer certification. Lots of love all the way from Israel, and good vibes and good news. Bye, shalom.
Salamat.
Salamat.
Bye.
Bye, arigato. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much.